All right, so what's your name and where are you from?
My name is Alfredo. I am from Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what brings you to Japan?
So my younger brother, he came to Japan because he's table tennis player and he's practicing in Japan. So he was moving from Spain to Japan, and I just helped him with moving and trying to start a life in Japan. And yeah, I was coming only for 1 month, and I ended up staying here for already 6 months. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Usually I ask people, are you visiting or do you live here? But before we started rolling this shoot, you explained a little bit about your situation, and it's quite unique. So would you mind telling the viewers about your visiting/living situation?
Well, the purpose of the trip was trying to find a way to stay in Japan for a long time, at least for him, because he wanted to move to Asia for practice, like, in the Asian atmosphere, which is really strong in that sport.
I see, that's why he wanted to come.
Yeah, table tennis is, and I mean, the first country is China and the second one is Japan.
Really?
So Japan is really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we arrived to Osaka, and we were in Osaka for like 5.5 months. Then we end in Tokyo because we have to move. We found better options for practicing, coaching in Tokyo, and so I just helped him also moving from Osaka to Tokyo, and I was supposed to come for 1 month, and I just enjoy staying with him. He's my younger brother. My mom is like, you should stay with your brother a little bit more time, and so we are now living here in Tokyo, and yeah, we are just enjoying. I am trying to find a way to stay in Japan for more time, going to Japanese language school. So that's what I am doing now, and my brother is also trying to play for a Japanese team, and that's what he's doing now, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah.
So I know it's very difficult to say because we never know what the future holds, but how long do you see yourself staying in Japan?
I mean, I really don't know. I want to stay for a long time, I want to start with, as I said, like a school or a job. I really like Japan. I really like many things about Japan, the culture, the food, the public services, the transport system, metro. I also know health insurance and everything. It's really good in Japan. Japan is one of the best countries in the world for living. People is so nice, so kind, I really like Japan. I know I am just starting to live in Japan, so maybe at the beginning everything is like really good, and I've never experienced a bad situation in Japan. I don't know. At the future I will maybe experience some bad experiences, like at every place. Not everything is like 100% good, but I want to stay in Japan. I want to try, and I don't know. I really can't tell you like, I see myself living here for the next 20 years, but I don't know. I want to try, and then maybe 1, 2, 3 years, and then let's see how it works. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you just never know. This is me, 7 months trip, and this 7 years later, you just never know. Yeah. Well, it sounds like so far you've had a really fantastic time.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate a little bit about the people? Have you made any Japanese friends? And how do you think the people in Japan are different to the people in your country?
Okay, so when I was in Osaka, it was a little bit difficult to make friends. I had maybe 2 or 3 friends, but these were like coaches of the club where my brother was practicing, but we arrived to Tokyo, but we stayed in Tokyo only for a few weeks. Then we moved to Osaka for the 6 months, 5.5 months. And, I just met people, but just like going around, like going to restaurants, cultural places, and everybody was like so nice to us, especially when they ask like, what are you doing in Japan? And we like tell our situation. I don't know, it's like kind of interesting for Japanese people to hear that, and also we really like to meet new people and know a little bit more about the culture, and so yeah, it's nice. And here in Tokyo, I have a few friends. These friends are not from Japan, are from outside Japan. So sometimes what I do is I go to soccer meetups because I like to play soccer also, or exercising myself, and I go to soccer meetups, and then this is like on these meetups you can find like mixed cultures, you know, like you can find Japanese, Latin, people from Africa, I don't know, so it's many people going to these meetups, and I found 2 or 3 friends. These friends are from South America and also from Mexico, but these friends have Japanese friends, so they tell me they would like to introduce me to their friends, but I don't know, I'm just like living like day by day and just hanging out like with myself or with my brother or going to these meetups, and but like talking about Japanese people, they are so nice to us. I haven't experienced anything like a bad situation or something like that. No, everything has been really, really nice.
Good, good. Yeah, and I think, you know, when you're new to Japan, everything is so novel and exciting that it's quite easy to spend time by yourself and not feel lonely. So
like you have many things to do. Like in Tokyo, it's unbelievable. Like it's amazing how you can find anything like around the corner, even a place to go and grab a drink or eat something delicious, or just like a cultural place, or a big tower, big building, you know, interesting stores. Like even like the shops are like so good. You can find many interesting things about clothing or specific articles, electronics, anything. It's so interesting. Or also you can find, I don't know, anime, manga stores and game machines, and everything is so. It's quite particular, this country. You can do many things. It's so many, and you can find many like interesting things to do. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for your answers. They're fantastic. And I wish you all the best in your months or years to come.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, perfect. So good. You're a natural. Okay, minasan. Thank you very much for watching today's interview. I hope it was interesting for you. I will say that before speaking to this gentleman on the street, I had no idea quite how strong Japan was in the sense of table tennis. I did not know that. Very, very interesting. So I'd love to know what you found interesting about this discussion as well. In the future, I'm quite interested in the stories of foreigners who choose to come to Japan just for a short period of time, but end up living here, because that's actually kind of like my story. I think I mentioned it earlier in the video, but I came here for 7 months and this just transformed into 7 years. So without going into too much depth here, I do think Japan is kind of like an onion. My friend actually, in this link here, my friend actually talks about how Japan is like an onion, which sounds strange, but I think there is a depth and a layered aspect to life in Japan, which the longer you stay here, the more you understand and the more you see. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for watching and remind you to, well, of course, hit the subscribe button and join this online community, but also to share your ideas and questions that you have that I can ask future interviewees. I'm really enjoying this street interview style. It's very fun. I can meet some really cool people and learn some very interesting perspectives. But I want to keep it interesting and fun for you. So do share your thoughts on what you want to see in future videos. Next, I will be uploading a video about my perspective of the Japanese mentality, because obviously foreign mentality and Japanese mentality can be quite different, and I do think the style of thinking or the way of thinking of Japanese is very unique and very special. So do check out Saturday's video, in which I talk a little bit more in depth as to why I think the Japanese way of thinking is so unique and how this could be perceived by foreigners. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. ありがとうございました。とお時間まで。じゃあね。